Hello, everybody. Today is Sunday, April 10th, 2022. My name is Tran, and this is the second video that I'm making about my experience and journey with pancreatic cancer. I want to share with you some of the treatment programs that I've gone through since I was first diagnosed with this disease back in December of 2020. So here I am in Vietnam, uh, learned that I had a suspicious mass from the radiologist report, and I immediately found a oncologist there at the American International Hospital in Vietnam, and the oncologist confirmed uh, with another CT scan that I had a adenocarcinoma tumor around the pancreas area, about 2.5 centimeters in length and probably equally the same in height. And I shared with the doctor my plans to go back to the US immediately. And in the meantime, was able to schedule a couple of treatments, chemotherapy treatments for Fluranox. And, and so I did that in early January for 2 weeks, and bought me some time as I was able to go back to the US in late January, which I then met with a oncologist at IU Health at Simon Cancer Center, and spoke with the oncologist and got him up to speed of how I learned that I had pancreatic cancer and what treatments I've had so far, and the pain that I'm experiencing in the center of my chest, around the stomach area, and sometimes in the back. Um, so the doctor or the oncologist there had me schedule a procedure and a biopsy. And the procedure is called a celiac blockage, whereby the doctor would go in through the mouth with an endoscope and shoot some alcohol to the nerve endings around the stomach, and and also at the same time they were able to do a biopsy of the tumor itself. And the procedure was successful, I would say, because within 2 weeks my pain in my stomach area was non-existent, but I still had some back pain issues, middle of my back pain issues, which I was taking some morphine, uh, two types of dosage. One was extended release that's taken every 8 to 12 hours, and the other one is immediate release, and that's taken whenever I have a breakthrough pain. Uh, so that those medication help minimize my discomfort of my back. The biopsy report came back and showed that I had two types of uh, general mutation. One was KRAS G12D, and the other one was MTAP loss. Those were the two predominant mutations that I had in my system. Um, and so the doctor continued with the FOLFIRINOX um, medication or chemotherapy treatment, and I continued to um, have normal activities, uh, played a lot of golf, and went to the gym quite a bit to lift weights, and basically tried to stay as healthy as I could. And I felt fine, other than the fact that the CA19 numbers, when they were checked, seemed to have continued to increase. And it wasn't until April of 2021 when I noticed that I started losing some weight, and the CA19 numbers were elevated to about 7,500. And I then met with the oncologist again, and he decided that we would switch to Gemzar and Abraxane for my next treatment. And I think that was a good move because within a month, my um, my appetite came back, my weight came back. The pain subsided in general, and I also started sleeping. Was able to sleep horizontally again, because beforehand I was somewhat sleeping upright in an upright position throughout the night. So we continue with the Gemzar and Abraxane medication treatment, and I noticed that the CA19 numbers dropped dramatically at first. Went from 7,500 to 4,000 down to 1,000 fairly quickly, and then steadily creep down in the hundreds for the next 2-3 months, and I'd say 2 months, until it got to about 160. And it took a little time to get to about 160, but it felt like I was at a point of diminishing return, because my instinct was right, because the numbers then started creeping back up again. The numbers eventually went into close to 1,000 by November, and the oncologist doctor, decided then to run a CT scan, and the CT scan showed that the tumor had now grown to about 3.5 centimeters, as well as metastasized again in the liver, and with a new spot. And then we stopped treatment. I had the pain in center my stomach area came back. We scheduled another celiac blockage procedure in early December 2021. And it took a while for that procedure to kind of help with the pain. Instead of 2 weeks, I think it was more like a month before it helped. Um, and I was fortunate enough in December uh, of 2021 to be able to reach out to a clinical trial doctor who was leading a program at the National Institute of Health, NIH, in Bethesda, Maryland, and was able to um, add me as or enroll me into her program, where I was given a experimental drug by late December of 2021. And we did that for, I think, 4 cycles of that experimental drug. And we had a CT scan in early February. And unfortunately, the CT scan showed that the tumor continued to grow. My pain was worsening. I was starting to sit upright again when I sleep, and was finding it difficult to lay horizontally. And luckily, there was another clinical trial that I was able to transition into at NIH, and it was another chemotherapy treatment. Uh, and I had 4 cycles of that treatment. At the probably the first 2 weeks of the treatment, it felt like it helped, because um, I was able to sleep more in a horizontal position again. Uh, at first on my left side of my body, and then eventually on my right side, where I was able to, I guess, put pressure, gravity pressure on the liver, and seemed promising, but my pain seemed like it was continuing to worsen on my back, and so we did a CT scan after a month, uh, and 4 cycles of that chemo um, drug. And the radiologist report showed that the tumor again continued to grow. At this point, it's like 5.5 centimeters. Um, Lesions in the liver were growing, I think, to 3 centimeters, and then new lesions in the lung. I think there was like 6 or 7 spots, all about 0.5 centimeters in size. And so in late March of 2022 here, this stopped that clinical trial treatment. I am due for another clinical trial treatment here next week, and I hope to provide some updates for you with that trial. Uh, so right now for me, I'm just taking morphine medication to help with the pain, and also taking some vitamins and supplements just to maintain, uh, uh, I guess, a little bit of my appetite, um, and taking Creon because I think that the bile secretion into my stomach to help with the digestion is kind of limited at this point, and so I'm taking Creon, and that I think is helping. Um, I had not gone to the gym in the last 4 months, 4 or 5 months, and then this week I started going back again because I felt like I'm laying around too much, and I need to stay active and keep my body, I guess, in good condition to buy me some time for the next trial. I hope this video is helpful for you and provide you some insight of what I'm doing in the meantime. I'll continue to provide some updates again, like I said, and I look forward to talking to you again soon. Take care, have a great day, VTL, and goodbye.